This picture of my dad, who ended up committing suicide 2 years later, is 1 month after my wife committed suicide and I started using heavily. At this point, I was drinking about 2/5 of vodka a day. I was snorting 1 to 2 grams of Coke a day. This is the peak of my addiction. At this point, I was snorting 1 to 2 8 balls of Coke a day easily. I was drinking 2 to 3/5 of vodka a day. I was a destructive mess. And this is me sober. And people always will go, well, how are you so fat and you were a Coke addict? That's a stimulant. I was drinking 2 to 3/5 of vodka a day. Do you know how many calories and carbs are in that? Well, I was one of those that struggled a lot with Coke bloat too. If you don't know anything about Coke bloat, it hits all your blood vessels and you actually bloat up. When I ended up quitting and getting finally sober and stopped Coke, stopped alcohol, stopped it all cold turkey, I got to the point I was losing 3 to 4 pounds a week, like just no problem, not doing anything, just going through withdrawals. That's how much of a toll this substances take on your body, and people don't realize that. You think that when you see a stimulant addict that they are going to be skinny. They aren't always. That's typically goes with meth. Meth does affect your appetite a little bit differently than something like cocaine does. When it comes to people who are a massive addict though, and you are drinking a massive amount, those calories, those carbs, all it does is pack on loose weight. And that's the thing is people have this perception that all addicts are like these skinny twig zombies. They're not. That's why you don't pick up on people who are truly hardcore addicts, because you're looking for the opposite signs of what it really is. And that was one of the things that I will say I was able to hide it tremendously well. Like, don't get me wrong, I love how I am now. I was at 315 in that picture. I weigh about 240 right now. And that's how much weight I ended up losing when I got sober. And it is a fight. It is a battle. And I will say this, though. At 7/25/17 was my sobriety day. It was a battle. It was a fight. It was worth it. And for the one going through it, it's finding your way. For me, it was finding the right therapist, getting on the right meds, the right treatment. I mean, I lost my wife to suicide. That sent me over the deep end. Getting trauma therapy, whatever it might be. There's inpatient rehab, outpatient rehab. I used NA and AA. Those helped me and helped build a network. But it's finding what works for you. And what got me sober probably won't get you sober, and vice versa. And that's all what it is when it comes to this journey of sobriety. And for the one that's going through it right now, I am proud of you. Don't give up. It is a fight. It's a battle one day at a time. But trust me, it is worth it. It gets better. And your life becomes beautiful again, and you get the life that you deserve.